Well, we are into champion select, and we'll see exactly how this one's going to go down. Vici now on the blue side. King going to be over on the red as well. Vici desperately looking for 3 points now, and King looking to try and get themselves up this standing. And Vici is one of the teams that King wants to knock down. They do not want them getting 3 points off them especially.
Did you see? Standard bans coming through here, except King do hit Hung there with the Azir ban coming through.
Makes a lot of
Weren't
sense.
happy with the last performance, and Yasuo hitting the bench, and they're throwing a lot at Insect.
Yeah, Insect actually getting completely target banned here. And of course, the Vladimir wasn't the one getting banned last time around, but it was largely to do with the fact that Vici wanted to remove a lot of different options. Now that the Ryze being banned on King's side of the map means that an extra one goes into the hands of Vici, and they are just going to make sure that Insect can't play anything. Kalista isn't going to get through this time around, though.
So after a strong performance coming out of World 6, they've decided to leave the jungle pool open. Remember, that is where a lot of the bans went through last time. You can see the Evelynn, you can see the Rek'Sai on the ban list. So this time around, they hit the 2 main carries and make sure that the subs, Hong and Xuan, can play something else that isn't Kalista Azir.
Yeah, and when they're new players to a lineup here as well, it's very good to test them out. Make sure that they're not getting comfort picks time after time, because you need to work out whether, you know, this is just the thing that they play very, very well, or whether they are able to move it around, grab something different instead. And now King looking to grab their couple of picks. It is going to be the Gragas locked away for World 6. And King now to respond. Of course, Rek'Sai is there. Few other options available for King if they want them.
Probably don't need to go to the jungle pool this early on in the game. I think there are some other options. You know, get rid of Mata's Thresh would be my first advice. Get that one over onto Zero. Play something a little bit safer, like the Sivir, that can give you a positional advantage.
Exactly.
With Gragas on the ref, all important to be able to have that spell shield to not get knocked back into the team. So definitely think that there is some answers right now for King to be able to respond to what Vici's bought.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether Vici are going to continue down this path. It is going to be King locking away Braum and Sivir, though. So Name going back to the Sivir pick. Of course, we've seen a lot of Sivir out of Name just recently, and know exactly why that is strong. But Braum picked up very, very early on. And Pong considering going towards the Victor pick.
Forcing Korn onto something else there. Of course, Korn plays some different picks there in the mid lane. He's taken the Yasuo a couple of times, played a good Fizz, but has also seen a lot of the likes of the Victor, so see what else he would like to bring there. And Mata actually commits to a Janna pickup.
Yeah, Mata going back to his roots here. Of course, Mata known as a fantastic Janna player, but deciding not to pick up the Thresh, which is very interesting.
So this is a team comp that Frostgurren really loves to play at the moment. It's the Gragas Janna, gives you a lot of decision-making in when you want to fight, when you don't want to fight. It allows you to get a pick, isolate a target, reset the team comp, team fight, and then be able to go again with all the follow-up abilities that comes out. Good siege, good anti-siege, so very well-rounded composition right now coming through from Vici. But a little bit more aggression and pick style League of Legends, you have to think, coming out of King with the Evelynn lock-in.
Yeah, Evelynn actually already locked in. Of course, Huey able to play that one very recently and get a victory on it. And Korn looking to head towards the Kassadin as this clock runs out.
Yes, Kassadin is a safe laning matchup against Victor. You can absorb a lot of the poke that comes out in the laning phase, particularly early.
Yeah.
Maybe even try and whittle him down with your HP as a resource there, and then start taking over as the mid-game happens, as to assassinate whatever the AD carry is. And they've left top lane for the counter pick. So right now, this is a blind pick coming through from Dandy.
Yeah, Dandy forced into an uncomfortable position. Will have to pick safely here, and Insect will be able to take whatever he wants into the matchup. Of course, I say whatever he wants. He has had 3 bans thrown at him, and he can't play the Ryze either, considering the fact that King has banned that one away. So not quite as many options as he would like, but definitely still ones there. And like you mentioned, the Maokai is an option, and On the Hunt is there as well here from King. So getting that tree sped up is a good idea.
Helps out with the flanks as well. Huey going to be in a good position to be able to lend himself on the Evelynn to the flanking plays. But Na's a little bit of a lane bully here, so will be restricted in what he can play. Maybe a Shenanigan will come through just for the safe lane.
Yeah, he does have that option most definitely. Rumble is also a possibility.
Not a bad pick into Na at the moment. Rumble with this patch had some buffs coming through, just pure itemization buffs.
Yep.
You know, 80 AP now on that Liandry's Torment. A little bit of a smoother build path coming through for the Rylai's Crystal Scepter. That's up to 100 AP as well. So do like Rumble on the current patch. Been quite vocal about it, actually, that he is one of the stronger top laners. And Insect has shown in the past that his Rumble is pretty top-notch.
Yeah, his Rumble is definitely serviceable there on the top side of the map. Dandy has been playing it a little bit himself. Still some time left here for King to make up their mind. Switching over to the Shen for now. We'll see whether Insect does want to take that one up there, but again, it's putting themselves into a position where they don't have as many threats onto the Rift.
The reason I like Shen with Kassadin specifically means that you don't have to go Zhonya's Hourglass third item. You can go Thrower into some cooldown reduction, grab a Death Cap, and then just jump in with a Shen. He's your Zhonya's Hourglass in that situation. Go for the Void Staff in there as well. Keeps him very safe, especially against 3 legitimate damage threats on the Vici lineup. And it just means that Khorne is the one that's going to be set up for success. Of course, when you have a positional carry like Name, always a good idea to give him another tool there as well in a team fight if Insect does want to ult his AD carry superstar. So definitely still think the Shen is a good pickup, but I like to see Insect play something aggressive, not going too long.
Yeah, maybe we'll see him build a static Shiv. Who knows? Does have some options there for aggression if he wants to, but didn't get the opportunity to get anywhere near any of those items last game around. But now with Name playing a champion that he's been
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for Vici versus King, Game 2. Vici looking for those 3 points if they can get them, and at the moment, they're just standing defensively in a line of 5.
Yeah, so once again, 5-point defense from both sides. And it's Khorne that pushes up the lane for the ward one more time. We also have a pause again.
Yep, cute little pause here. I'm just going to check out our players while they are onto the Rift. And we have seen this a couple of times. Of course, might be just a little bit of an issue here with someone's equipment. Yeah, I'm going to get back on as quickly as we can.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times.
Yeah, I think we've seen him a few times, especially considering the length of the LPL splits. Pretty long spawn. Quite a few games.
Just the right
these
length.
teams. Oh, okay, World 6 though is going to be waiting in this brush. Huey doesn't want to give himself away as Pong and Khorne starting a little bit early here, but Khorne able to get decent early ward down. Body slam from World 6 actually. They're going very aggressive onto Huey early. In the end, Huey answering back with some hate spikes is going to be fine.
Yeah. Wasn't too happy about it, you know, though. Just backs away.
He's like, guys.
Deep vision now on the red side of the map means that he cannot start on that buff. We'll probably just start at his... So on the top side of the map, I actually, on Evelynn especially, like to start on the Krugs and take my E because you get good stun procs out of the attack speed and the triple hit that comes through on that. Bottom side of the map, just prefer to start on the blue buff. Gromp really doesn't give you much as Evelynn.
Because you want to be kiting around a little bit more.
Yeah.
Don't want to be taking too many of those auto attacks for that poison to really work out. That makes a lot of sense. Vici waiting around here. Not giving King any vision of them starting, but they are going to now move over. Take the red buff instead of grabbing those Krugs. Looks like standard lanes is going to be the result though, Spawn.
Insect, once again, going for his level 1 play.
Dear.
A little bit sneaky down here, acting like a proper ninja. Wants to be able to get the flash taunt.
Yeah, may
Doesn't
not
even need a flash.
Yeah, not going to. There it is. The double flash actually comes down. Is not going to find the stun just yet. Marta, though, he's in trouble. Gets stunned up. Is it going to be enough damage? Not entirely sure. There's another Eye of the Storm as Schwann's trying to get back here. Teleport up from Insect.
So split damage coming through onto the members of King. They'll also get the shove, which means an earlier level 2. But in the end, a great response coming through from the Vici lineup, returning a lot of the damage. And it means that Insect had to burn teleport without backing. And now he's against a level 2 Gnar.
Yeah, level 2 Gnar that has shoved up that whole wave as well. 11 CS to 1 now in favor of Dandy.
World 6 going for an invade here.
He's going to find Huey. If he does find Huey, sorry. He's going to find him on about 400 health here. Stealth,
but he hasn't seen him there. This is dangerous from World 6. He's level 2 versus a level 3.
Yeah, no vision available here. Huey actually comes in, does get the ward down. Insects waiting around as well. The taunt actually lands. Red buff's down, so the slow's going to be there as well. Hate spikes coming in. Dandy
Huey
is Mega
flashed.
Gnar.
So Huey went aggressive there, knew that the call had come through, that, Pong had left the lane. Dandy had also left the lane. That was really as evidence. Burns a summoner spell, probably should have just been content with securing his buff, but tries to go aggressive.
Yeah, continues to here. Krugs are going to go down here for Huey as a consolation prize. He's a little bit surprised that she's on the camera right now. Standy and Insect continue to farm it out. So 20 CS to 5.
Yeah, not going to be a great lane for Insect.
No, Winter's Bite going to land on Dashwan. Nice boomerang damage there from Name, as Unbreakable's going to deal with a fair bit of the auto attacks coming through. Or not going through, which is what that spell actually does.
But they're using the shield very well to mitigate any aggression that can come through from the King bottom lane right now. And just using Phosphorus Bomb to shove up. Missed spell shield there means that Name going to have to be even more stringent with that mana bar.
Yeah, Death Ray coming down to the mid lane as well. Punk trying to do his very best just to shove this one out. And Winter's Bite once again on Dashwan. Doesn't have his potion left. Neither does Name, of course, but still sitting on a high health pool at the moment. See whether King can make use of that now. Punk continuing to shove this one through. But you can see Korn actually doing fantastically well in this lane.
The problem with Cassidy is just so hard to shove off CS, which means that if you're not a champion that can deny and farm, it's the time bomb scenario where you can just see it ticking down in the mid lane where he's going to get to 3 items and just take over the rift.
Yeah, there's the Force Pulse out, though Huey actually lands the Ravage at the same time. Down to 400 health is Pong.
Had the barrier, so knew he was relatively safe if they were going to go for a dive.
On down. Now getting low on mana. I still might want to head back. Does still have the flask. We'll see whether he's got any charges of that one. Scuttle Crab going to go down for Huey. Grabbing himself a little bit of a speed up there, as World 6 hasn't really been seen too much since that earlier stage. Shadow Dash onto Dandy,
Really
actually.
nice damage coming out of Insect there. Good trade. See, both junglers also heading up into the top side of the map. We might have our first real 2v2 skirmish.
Could potentially here. Meganar very, very soon for Dandy. Insect does need to be careful about whether he wants to start up this fight. Just instead going to head back to base, and Huey decides not to hang around either.
Yeah, and Insect doesn't hold the wave off the turret, so it's just going to crash in, equalize, and relatively even early game coming through. Bit of an advantage in the bottom lane, due of course to the fact that Insect mess with them, but it's been returned in the top lane, and probably something that King would be relatively happy about right now is getting Name ahead of Xuan.
Yeah, nice use of the spell shield there as well. Pickaxe to the makings of the Phage here for the Corki. Zero, nice use of the Unbreakable. Stops a whole bunch of that damage, but you can see Vici still having no trouble pushing this wave in. Name, of course, probably will be able to shove that one back. Being Siva, that is kind of her thing.
Yeah, and Siva has the luxury of not having to choose whether she shoves the wave or does damage to creeps, as Huey doesn't check the brush for a pink ward. Cardinal Sin #1.
Yep, he's just going to stand
Zero
in full
instead going to
vision
go
of it.
check it.
Yep, stands, just gives him a free phosphorus bomb. Zero is going to deal with it though in the end.
Successful
Really
gank,
good back.
wasted all that mana.
Yeah, look at that. Not bad. King have the wave exactly where they wanted as well, making sure that Vici have to move further away from their turret, giving Evelyn some opportunities to move their way around.
Cool,
Another
so
Rift Scuttler goes down.
Tiny interaction there that you just saw Zero did. You saw him walk out of the brush, grab the creeps, and walk back into the brush. Reason he did that is because generally, if the creep wave is on your side of the rift, and then they meet without any interference, it starts pushing. So that's how a wave stacks up. However, if you grab the three front minions and drag them to the side a little bit, they all converge on one minion and shove them down, which means that it continues to push in your direction, which is how you create a freeze. So what Zero was doing, it was a really good example. Go back and watch it again. He was just creating a freeze for the bottom lane.
Yeah, so they can continue to stay in this position here as well. Winter's Bite one more time. Couple of procs of that passive. Was that it? No, it wasn't. Almost thought there was a teleport there. Think I might be seeing things. But King just trying to get aggressive one more time in that bottom side of the map. 20 CS is the lead though for Name.
See, Insect actually doing quite a good job right now, even though he was behind in the early game of keeping up in farm with the Barmy Cinder. Zero just takes all of Mata's damage. That was hilarious.
Would you call it damage?
I would.
It wasn't a whole lot. Zero was pretty able to tank that one up. But not going to be able to see any of this.
Never underestimate the power of Janna auto attack, man.
Well, I've seen crit Janna actually. That's a frightening prospect. Well, it was pretty fitting. You know, you can build a Zephyr. It's kind of cool.
Not be any crit. What?
Well, no, but it's attack speed, and, you know, Janna being, you know, the windy lady. There is a fight in the bottom lane, so let's talk about that instead. Phosphorus Bomb, decent damage onto
Mata
Zero.
has to flash.
Yeah, a couple of auto attacks here. Another one from Zero. The Ignite's down. Stand United on top of Zero as well, but it's not going to be enough. Zero actually going to fall in the end. Chaos Storm's here as Dandy makes his way into the fight at the same time. This is almost a true 5v5 with Huey trying to make his way through. Korn tries to take down Peng, but it's not going to be enough, and the Kassadin will fall. Name as well just wanders into the wrong position, and Juan locks himself down another kill.
Name, where are you going? He was upriver, could have escaped through the blue area, instead takes the detour towards the turret and gets made pay, but in the end, some over-aggression coming through from King. They had Mata's flash blown, didn't need to commit for that. Instead, they go in and 3 kills go down in favor of Vici.
Yeah, Vici Gaming once again making things happen in the early game. 1,000 gold now the lead at 10 minutes in. Haven't transitioned to any dragons just yet. Of course, we saw some earlier ones last time around. This time, not going to be the focus. And Zero is getting himself some farm here on the bottom side, and they would have definitely wanted that for Name.
Certainly would have, and once again, mid lane, this time it was Punk that just rotated a little bit quicker than Korn, who is still scaling up. Like, this isn't Kassadin's strong part of the game by any means. King should just be content to farm right now. They should, with their mid laner not being denied CS, be able to just outlast Vici at their own game plan, but instead they make the proactive move and they get made pay.
Yeah, it was a very early Stand United as well. King definitely knew what they wanted out of that fight, but it was just
now they
all
do
of
have the
Vici
teleport
already.
advantage, meaning that if for the next couple of minutes Dragon becomes a issue, it is going to be Insect that beats Standy down the map. So still not all doom and gloom for King, and they were up in CS this time around, so winning out in most of the lanes. But right now, 1,000 gold just didn't need to be the lead.
No, it didn't, and Name actually going back very, very early, decided not to buy any items, wanted that BF sword. The next time he went back to base, is now going to be able to pick it up. It means he has to wander down towards that lane one more time, but as Sivir, he'd managed to push out that way very effectively.
Yeah, that was actually a great buy coming through there. You don't want to commit to a suboptimal build. That's why you sometimes used to see Sivers go towards a brutalizer in between the build, just because, you know, it's a little bit more clean than going for something like Boots 2 on Sivir, which you don't really want. As we take a look at Korn in the mid lane, just farming up some minions.
Yeah, sweet slideshow there in the mid lane. So able to check that one out. Of course, very, very slow thus far, Spawn. This game not exactly ramping up to anything just yet.
And you have to say that's in Vici's favor, you know.
Yeah.
They're the guys that like to play it slow, pick their mark. You saw that they were more than happy to re-engage on that fight after they got their support player to safety. There was just so much burn, like a Stand United Ignite flash from the support player going over that wall to try and catch them out as we do jump back into live, which meant as soon as all those useful cooldowns used, Vici just turned all that aggression back on King.
Yeah, and Schwan now bottom side of the map, just clearing out all of these mini waves, but King positioning on this dragon definitely favorable for them. Mata forced back just a little bit, does have a ward around the back of the pit, but Schwan has to be super careful. There is an Evelyn there as well as Zero on the Braum, closing the distance. He may have overstayed.
To that a little bit later. Sneaking
I'm very
suspicion.
excited.
He's dead, so
Valkyrie's available, Spawn. You can't ever count your chickens until they're hatched.
you can knock him out of it with the Braum Fisher, you know. He's
Oh,
no hope already used the
Fisherman
flash.
Braum.
Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher got it. Sorry.
No worries, mate. That was a fishing look for a
Yeah.
pod, but
I
It
was
is not-
definitely fishing for some sort of joke. I
How would
don't
you
know
how
what
would you
we're doing.
evaluate the outcome of that?
I don't feel like retroing it right here, if that's okay, Spawn.
No, that's fine. As they did get the kill, they get the dragon, but in response, Vici kill Insect.
Yeah, did they get the kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he died. Okay, so, but Insect, as you said, most definitely dead. First dragon going over to King. So, look, net advantage, gold-wise, to Vici. And Name still able to get work done. So, as far as the AD carry matchup is concerned, which is what King are all about, pretty happy with where the Civ is at.
Yeah, but Name's been left in the bottom lane by himself. You see now Zero with those Moby Boots heading back towards him. Need to be careful that he doesn't get aggressed upon. Have they... But Pong's flash. No, that's still down from last fight, so there is an opportunity right now for maybe Huey to make something happen in the mid lane.
He needs to do it very, very quickly. That flash is going to be up in right now. Right now? Yeah, it's basically up.
No, it's up now.
Yeah, okay, good. So, Force Pulse comes down. There's the Agony's Embrace. Flash comes out.
Oh.
Huey's going to get stunned. Stand United forced to be used here,
Gonna
but
have to
Dandy
flash.
already in amongst it. Oh my goodness, that death ray was so well aimed by Pong.
He had flash.
Oh, look at him. Cool, calm, and collected. I do not want a flash. I need that for later. Decides not to. Is Huey able to finish the Mega Chat? Not a Mega Chat. That is a
Runeblade.
Runeblade. Don't worry, Force Pulse is going to try and help
Oh,
clean that one
great
out.
taunt.
Triple taunt from Insect, but he's knocked against the wall. Knocked out again by the massive Gnar from Dandy. Monsoon from Martyr as well. Secures the kill onto Insect. Korn is going to be dived now. Flash over the wall from Name gets him to safety as King sets up position underneath the turret, and Vici moving back around one more time. So
Yeah, so in the end, once again, Vici able to go aggressive. This time with a little bit of a turret dive after
Yeah.
Insect went for the aggressive taunt. But every time it looks like King want to make a proactive move, Vici just have the answer. And as I said, the scaling isn't bad out of King right now. They have a Cassin and they have the Sivir to speed him up and get him on the back line. I don't know why they're forcing so much.
yeah, once again, similar situation here, but Dandy now going to offer a lot of damage onto this one, building up some rage bar as well, but he's very much alone. The red buff is going to be taken there by Huey.
And you see Roa finished now from Korn, has got the cheaper version of the needlessly large rod, 1250 gold. We'll net him 60 AP for that one. Moving towards the scaling builder.
Oh no, he missed the house. How do you miss the house?
And he has to trudge across the lane to pick it
Yeah.
up. That was so unfortunate.
Walk of shame. Wallop is going to come down. Nailed that house though. Look, Insect makes it back to lane. Dandy's like, yeah, got it.
40 CS right now is the advantage for Dandy with a huge creep wave up here as well. They're definitely having a good time in the Gnar versus Shen matchup.
Expected in this top lane as well. Excuse me. No. Okay. As we look at the other lanes, though, you can see still an advantage for Name of about 26 CS in the bottom side, but Trinity Force now completed. Does that mean that Xuan probably has a little bit more power right now?
In a 1v1 fight, definitely is the case, but Name just has gone for the pushing turrets build again. He's not really concerned about right now. His team's in a 4,000 gold hole regardless. So he's all about being able to farm efficiently with all the AD and the Avarice Blade for some extra gold, and then be able to shove in turrets if they do get an advantageous team fight in their favor. Real only person that has a lot of power at this point in the game for the King lineup would be Korn, as well as maybe Evelyn with that Runeblade coming through. Good in a little skirmish, but not much hope for Insect or Name to be able to fight their counterpart, especially not with a red buff.
Well, Xuan is going to be able to get a few rockets snuck through. Huey, there it is, the Agony's Embrace. On the hunt comes down, but Valkyrie's going to get Xuan to safety. Nice teleport in from Dandy to stop any aggression. We'll see whether he can turn it into a fight that they want.
This is the last out of turret, so they just might stick around for this one, see if they can shove it in. Insect, even with that Sunfire Cape, not going to push too quickly as a Stand United to join, but ultimates burnt on the side of King mean that they don't have the Agony's Brace and the On the Hunt. Probably going to have to give it up.
Yeah, that being said, Pong still in the mid lane here, so will be an even one if Insect does decide to come down. Oh, there's actually the knockback comes through. Nice flash from Huey. Does go straight into the wallop though. The Gnar back, but Dandy doesn't quite turn it around like he wants to. Insect, of course, now in amongst this fight. Korn has rotated quicker. We'll see whether Pong can make his way into this fight. The Rift Walk over the wall does get it onto World 6. Korn locks down his second kill of the game. And Vici now, Victor just not quite there in time.
Yeah, not able to rotate in the same time that Korn was, guys. You saw a little bit of broken up action there. Mata disengages successfully with Montu coming out of Janna, and that's what this team comp's all about out of Vici. You know, they started the fight up with World 6. Unfortunately, because of a good flash coming out of Huey, wasn't able to get any of the aggression down. Shen joined just in the nick of time, but Janna, she put a stop to all the funny business, the chasing that was going on with a big stop button. And we mentioned the fact that Korn probably doesn't have to go with the Zhonya's Hourglass because of the shield. Decides to anyway. Thinks that the second rotation of spells more important than getting some cooldown reduction in his build.
Yeah, has died already this game. Maybe Insect just doesn't want to be putting that shield on top of him. And it does give King the opportunity of using that Stand United shield to protect Name even further.
Certainly does. And Name, he was able to pick up another kill in that skirmish. Has gone towards the complete making of the Infinity Edge. So now has a crit cloak in his back pocket as well. And they're actually, once again, controlling the map relatively well here, King. They're bleeding objectives a little bit, but they're trying to keep their vision line up. Vici doing a good job of sweeping it out. Might just trade the top turret for a dragon here.
Insect actually moving down. Does have the teleport available, but this dragon definitely dead. Vici were able to make short work of that. King sacrificed the first dragon for Vici because they already had that one in their back pocket. Insect is able to get himself a little bit more fun in that top lane, like he said.
Still no teleport available for Dandy, so he has to take the long haul back towards the top lane. Insect has a little bit more time to get something done, but 3 members heading up to it.
Oh, Name wasn't able to use the spell shield there. The Rocket actually tries to turn it around. The Valkyrie was there, and Xuan with the 1v1. Zero tries to get in there. Huey's around as well. Nice phosphorus bomb, but a little bit optimistic to think you could turn that one around. It is going to be the 1-for-1 trade, but Xuan flexing his muscles.
Yeah, certainly is. Goes in for the clean 1v1. Maybe overcommits because he had to use double summoner spells there. Actually, he didn't use the heal, so definitely just an even trade, 1-for-1. You see Name, not really happy right now.
No. Really would have liked that Braum to come and stand behind him a little bit quicker. But can't say that. I mean, that was a Corki just popping around the corner. You can't really control when something like that is going to happen. Does now have that Vampiric Scepter. Does Xuan. Also, the Sorcerer's Shoes are completed as well as the Journey Ball. So
King get their first objective of the game, though, or first gold objective with that turret. Lose out on their red buff. Now they're just trying to rotate Name into the lanes to be able to pick up any farm whatsoever. You have to say it's started to go a little bit rough. Korn still in a good position to be able to take over this game. Cassidy has not been affected by any of the action going on around him whatsoever. Just about whether he can compete with the damage items that are coming out of Pong and Xuan right now.
Yeah, and of course does have the Zhonya's Hourglass in order to deal with that, irrespective of whether Insect is coming down like we've spoken about before. So he's going to be now handed a blue buff. And Dandy clearing out this top wave as well. So, look, King look like they're just more than happy to play Vici's game at the moment.
Well, King have the scaling comp this time around. I think that they really... With Evelyn, the invisible passive is just... You can't put a gold price on it relatively because late game is just so good for being able to create flanks when the map's nice and open. Very good in the early stage of the game. Then late game becomes that huge flanking, I guess, target to be able to get onto the back line and facilitate Korn's dive there. But right now... Throughout the mid-game, Gragas, Gnar, definitely in their comfort zone. So King are the ones that should have honestly been playing this early game a little bit slower than they are, but that hasn't been the case.
No, still playing up. Of course, that is Name. Name and how he plays this Sivir, of course, known for very aggressive movements.
It was Zero that flashed the wall. Just want to remind everyone. We keep saying Name's aggressive. I'm blaming Zero this game.
Maybe we say the bot lane. Huey making his presence known. Name's able to take the second outer turret here for King. All three down for Vici, and of course opening up the map, like you said. Very good idea.
Yeah, and right now King able to get 2 unanswered gold structures down means that they're back within 2,000 gold, a better position than they thought they would have otherwise been in. And still no boots picked up for Korn, and he's grabbed himself another needlessly large rod. Those things are on sale, of course, at the moment, a little bit cheaper than they were in the past, and he's just making sure he can stock up whilst he has the opportunity. Someone probably needs to tell him it's a permanent change.
Yep.
But, you know, I like what he's doing. Thrift shopping, a very big deal right now in the LPL, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, you were also talking about, you know, thrift shopping being a great idea. Someone should tell him the fact that they take those items off you at the end of the match. Aren't able to carry them through. So Korn might need a little bit of a lesson on how the shop works after this game. But like you said, picking up another one, probably okay.
Yeah, so definitely going towards a death cap this time around. Just wants to be pumping out maximum damage. Recognizes that he is one of the Fed members of his team right now. Needs to be able to transition this into some good damage in the team fights, especially on that man, Schwan, going towards the Blade of the Ruined King.
The interesting thing here is, Spawn, is the fact that the needlessly large rod was picked up instead of, you know, the blasting wand and the amplifying tome, something like that, where there is a lot of magic resist already built up by Vici, and I think a void staff would be very valuable.
But it's not on Schwan. That's his target right now. Like, get
That's
on
all he
Corki,
wants, just
kill him.
kill the Corki.
Yeah. Boots 2 probably is my biggest surprise. You know, both cooldown reduction and spell pen at this point of a flat variety to deal with the squishies would have been a really handy pickup.
Yeah.
But not going for it. Name, of course, he's finished his second item, a little bit more cost efficient coming through from Corki with the huge 3,700 gold Trinity Force, but right now Name more than happy to grab the Static Shiv as his second item and get to a cheaper power spike than what we're having out of Schwan.
A little bit more pushing power as well, which he's pretty happy with. Of course, Sivir doesn't need all that much help, but any bit of that would be fine. Vici demonstrating the fact that they have a lot of wave clear and are able to deal with the waves heading towards their turrets from this Sivir.
Yeah, any team comp that has a Victor in it just has wave clear for days. You throw in the fact that there's a Janna Corki bottom lane, one of the better AD carry support wave clearing duos. Just means that there's not much they can really do on the side of King, but Dragon is up in 30 seconds and they've starved Vici of control of that map for long enough that they don't have any wards right now. So they had to go back, top up their Sightstones, might look to see if they can get something done.
Yeah, King actually looking to try and take down this outer turret in the mid lane. Below half health, but they do have to back away after Punk does make his way back
took
here.
Some damage there. Has a couple of biscuits, so we'll be able to heal up, but need to be careful. Now they've rotated Schwan back to base. So there is a real potential here for King to take at least the Dragon objective. Because they must know that he's gone.
Making his way back towards the lane now. Huey over here. Raptor Sense is going to spot out this ward for World 6. Starts clearing things out as Huey tries to get a ward over the wall. Spotted out.
Once again, credit to King. They've got a huge wave stacking on the top side of the map. Someone will have to go and deal with that relatively soon.
Dandy not with a whole lot of rage. See whether King can utilize that as they try and start taking down this Dragon. Despite gonna ping
And he once again with the flank slow. He's pincered them in. Dragon resets.
Yeah, Stand United actually on top of Huey here. Nice Glacial Fissure onto 3 members. Death Ray not to find too much here from Pung as World 6 is going down very, very low. The flash through from Korn locks down the kill there as on the backline. Dandy doing his best job to try and get this work done. Schwan able to lock down the Kassadin who was trying to be tricksy, and Name completely zoned out of this fight. Zero's gonna die as well as Insect just over the blue side wall, and Vici able to come out with the better trade.
Yeah, so Insect torn it over the wall to try and give Zero someone to jump to there. Was a little bit optimistic, but a nice idea nonetheless. But Korn prioritized the support. No, the jungler there. Dove onto World 6, who's a very tanky member, so now I definitely think he should have gone Void Staff if that was the option that he was going for, and just wasn't able to get the damage done to any other member that he needed to, and it meant that Vici straight up win the team fight.
Yeah, sort of unable to find too much there, as Vici now going to be able to pick up their second dragon of the game. Teleport in from Insect. He doesn't want this going down. He's on his own at the moment, but Name and Huey are hanging around. He's just going to pick up where he left off. Okay.
Home guards have done a strange thing to me, Atlas, because whenever someone teleports, it like just meanders in with like brown bags.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going so slow.
You just think that the teleport should be the one giving them the boost. Yep, Insect just looking at the camera saying, yeah, that's right.
But they do manage through some good position on the map. Pick themselves up the dragon, which was the overall objective. Do fall a little bit further behind right now, King. Blade of the Ruined King finished up for the Corki. Once again, Schwan in a commanding position this game. Peng going towards the Lich Bane already.
My goodness. Okay. Well, he's going to have a lot of burst damage in his hands here and able to push waves very, very quickly. Push turrets very, very quickly, more importantly here, as Vici have made their way around to the red buff. Are going to be able to steal that one away.
Name had to burn the ultimate also.
Yeah.
Not what they're going to be looking for. And you see Pong, he just clears out waves so quickly on Victor.
Force Pulse is going to find him there, but not into the wall here from Dandy. Wallops there as well. Chaos Storm as he Zonyas out the damage. Stand United is on top of him at the same time, able to get himself to safety now, but Huey very, very low. Vici just brute forcing their way in, are going to be able to take down this turret because King just too low to fight.
Yeah, once again, Korn not getting any damage out on priority targets. Gets caught. Has to riff walk away, and they're not done. They're looking to push in, break the base.
Yeah, minions taking up this turret damage. Boomerang's trying to come through here as King doing the very best that they can to hold on.
Chunked out there by Pong. This Victor play looking just as impressive as the Azir. And they will leave, but top lane very low.
Just looks like Pong just a fantastic sort of control mage player at the moment and erupted onto this Vici lineup. If I was the Tong, I'd be pretty worried about my spot on the team.
But happy that your team's finding success, correct?
Damn right. Damn right, Spawn.
Team play.
Put the words right into my mouth, fortunately. Spirit Visage now completed for Insect, though. Does have the Sunfire Cape as well as a cute little Ruby Crystal hanging out with his boots.
And you see the cooldown reduction answer coming out of Korn is actually to go with the Lucidity boots. So still no. Wow.
Oh, Dandy over the wall. Able to look for something here as the wallop did come through. Tower is going to fall down as Korn locks down that. Shadow dash from Insect in order to get himself out of the fight. World 6 finds his way in, but he's going down very, very low. Either Storm onto Dandy to make him even tankier as Vici trying to turn their tails out of this fight. Agony's Embrace was down, but they weighed out that one. Huey unable to find anything.
Yeah, and you see that they wanted to re-engage there with the Agony's Embrace, but just couldn't get Huey in vision. And Name just going to continue to farm out some waves.
Yeah, basically what Name wants to do, ladies and gentlemen. Kill as many minions as he possibly can, get yourself to 6 items, and then position pretty well around a team fight, win the game. But look, it's getting difficult considering the fact that Vici making some decent fights here in Pong. So much damage in these fights.
Yeah, it certainly does. You know, shredding through people with that Gatling gun, being able to get the Blade of the Ruined King and all the mixed damage coming through. Very hard to itemize against a Corki, at least during the mid-game. Later game gets a lot easier as you just naturally pick up a lot of the dual resistances. But Dandy going deep.
Yeah, there's the Hyperproc. Heal actually down as well. Stand United not right at the edge. And Dandy locks down the kill for his team. Pong's going to get credit for that one as Vici now going to push forward. Misses another house. Oh my goodness. Go and pick it up, Dandy. There it is. Grabs going
are able to
for
break
him.
the base. Schwann's now here. They were looking to see if they could set up Vision. Instead, they get the pick they're looking for onto the AD carry. And Vici at only 30 minutes this time around. Vastly accelerated game, able to break into the base.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Making the move. Death Ray on top of Insec. He's still pretty tanky. Able to tank that one up quite nicely now, though, as Unbreakable going to stop any untoward aggression to come down onto the King lineup. But work here
Damage
is done.
already done. 30 minutes in, they've been able to get the first inhibitor down. You know, they can recall. I'm sure they're sitting on a lot of gold. Pick up the Baron buff and just continue this aggression, because right now there is just no relative power spike coming through from King. As we mentioned, Korn hasn't got that void stuff. Like 2 mid-game items picked up for Insec is good, but not going to be great for Shen. He's not as tanky as they would like him to be. Not to mention the Evelyn, who is just so far behind where World 6 currently is.
Yeah. The Magus, as well as that Locket of the Iron Solari, is there. Huey's going to find
That's
Schwann here.
one.
Agony's Embrace is going to get the slow, but there's the gravity field.
Yeah, the deterrent, you'd have to
Yeah.
say.
Just walk through here, please. I'll kill you.
That's an ultimate down. As well as I think it was, no, Ignite wasn't expended there. So just the ultimate coming out of Huey. No pick to grab. Of course, without a knock-up, it is very hard to tie Corky down.
Also, you need to have something to get him out of that Valkyrie if you can. Does, of course, have the Rage passive from his Trinity Force, as well as the Blade of the Ruined King active as well. So, fair bit of opportunity for movement speed for this Corky. Double Locket of the Iron Solari coming through for Mata and World 6. So, they're going to have a lot of magic resist between them in these fights at the same time.
Activatable's also really handy, because they're probably going to be using it on different members. Mata hanging on Schwann, Peng, World 6 and Danny probably fishing towards the front of the team fight, and that's going to be covered by World 6.
Yep.
Locket coming through there, so making sure that they can spread shields out across everyone is going to be a good thing.
There's the fact that Mata and World 6 want to be separating the team fight as well, so of course it is going to be in multiple locations. Make sure that aura is over as many people as possible, because you're likely to not be hanging around with each other.
Yeah, definitely do agree. And you know, this is Vici's second dragon, not on course to that 5th dragon win condition again, but we'll be able to pick up all the goodies that come with it, and they grab it for free.
Yep, locking it down. That is number 2 here, as King were able to bully them out and take their
so good. Let's look at
second.
twice.
Oh, look at it, just gets completely obliterated.
Poor dragon, last of his kind.
Well, Danny dealing with 2 people here on the bottom side of the map. Doesn't look like he's worrying about it one little bit. Now has the Banshee's Veil as well as the Randuin's Omen. And a Hex Drinker, grabbed himself a pickaxe. I think he's going for a Maw of Malmortius. Unless that's the last Whisper. Not entirely sure. Could be anything. Rage Blade. Hopefully.
Huey looking for the flank, has been pinged out there, so they know he is around. If he's fishing for that engagement, teleport going behind, they're going for it.
Yeah, Insect making his way in here. Agony's Embrace over quite a few members. The Chaos Storm's down, but Huey able to tank that one up. Punk is going to take him down eventually. The rest of King trying to do the work, but you can see these red health bars so incredibly low. Schwann playing so aggressive. Name's going to fall. A double kill immediately as the bottom lane gets taken out. And Vici, I mean, it was a decent effort there by King to try and make something happen, but Vici just too strong right
Yeah,
now.
they certainly are, and they're looking once again to break a second part of the base. There's only 2 members alive, but don't want to go for the end. Playing it nice and slow. King,
Surprise!
they got last game's MVP, but not able to win the team fight. And this AD carry player, Schwann, doing amazing things on the back line.
Yeah, able to definitely get in there and use that Valkyrie once everyone was low to come through and get that janitor duty down. So, look, with Hatong not on the lineup, you might think that the janitorial role not filled. Schwann right in there to get things going. Korn has finished his Rabbiner's Death Cap now. Really wish that was a Void Staff personally, but I'm not exactly the authority on this one, and I'll defer his opinion over there, but It is going to be Pong finishing the Lich Bane. Does now have the double upgraded Hex Core, as well as the Abyssal and Merlin. Omicron now has the extra blasting one, which I assume is going towards a Death Cap.
Yeah, potentially the case here. Of course, he hasn't picked up his Void Staff either just yet.
Oh, that's a good point. So it probably will be that one.
So it could be going for a very cost-efficient build coming through there, given the fact that game end is in relative sight for them right now. They've knocked down 2 inhibitors, just looking for the top to seal the deal. Maybe a taste of Baron would go along with it.
Ooh, a taste of Baron. Beautiful. More of Malmortius, as we mentioned, completed by Dandy. And another Spectre's Cowl, so that Spirit Visage just round the corner, making sure that he's got as much magic resist as possible. Thinks that he can deal with Name, and then make sure that all of the magic damage is a non-factor here for this big old Nah. There's the Stand United though. Pong trying to get the work done. He's just going to flash out of the way here, and King, they start a fight, but once again, Vici taking control of the situation. Chuan just hanging out, making sure that World 6 and Mata very, very close. Yeah, Dandy, he's going to get caught. Flashes over the wall, though. Oh, my goodness. King's health bars once again just getting destroyed. Chuan, now it's his turn to try and get forward in this fight. Barrel comes down. Oh, my goodness, Huey. So close to dead. Rocket. Oh. Whoa, that grazed her backside. But they're going to be safe.
They all live. Just a 5v5. Nothing happening here. Dandy didn't have the transform available, so wasn't able to get in there with the ultimate. Vici start up the Baron, but teleport's still available for Insect. They can get in here and maybe look to fight.
Yeah, they're trying to get amongst it. Of course, Dandy now just playing interference here as Name still with some damage available. They take down the Baron. Vici looking to try and turn this one around now as Korn able to get a nice Force Pulse over.
Hops.
Yep, Boomerang comes in, but Vici just say, okay, we'll take the Baron, we'll just leave. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly right. So nothing to see here. You see bottom minion wave started to grow a little bit, so Name probably wants to get down there, clean that one up, although Korn beat him to the punch.
Oh dear. Bickering on the rift to ensue. Probably not, ladies and gentlemen. Pang is going to head back. Empowered recall, possibly to get himself that Void Staff. We'll see whether he has enough. He does. He's going to be able to pocket that one. 5-1-5 now for this Victor. Another fantastic game for the new mid laner here for Vici Gaming.
So the thing about Victor is there's so many good parts of his kit that you do need to build towards what you're looking for. Pong right now looking for multiple rotations out of his spells. He's got that double penetration coming through there with the Abyssal Scepter, with the Void Staff. He's also got 40% cooldown reduction naturally, and he's using his Hex Core as the damage amplification right now, and just looking to get multiple rotations out with that Lich Bane and just chunk through people. What he's not going to have is a big one-shot ultimate. It's going to do decent damage still because it's a ridiculous ultimate, but multiple rotations are the aim of the game as Huey goes for a flank.
Yeah, Huey looking to try and get in amongst it one more time. Hasn't worked out so many times here for King as far as that flank play is concerned, but we'll see whether they can get something to happen here. Spawn. King really desperate to find that team fight, and we're going to find out very, very soon whether or not they are going to be able to get that one happening, but it is going to be the inhibitor going down in the mid lane, and King, they just weren't able to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and Baron up minions out of a couple of waves now will mean that they're in some trouble. Ultimate.
Yeah, there's the Agony's Embrace onto 3 members, but Huey just gets evaporated. Zero right in amongst it, but World 6 is his focus. Probably not the one they want. Pong is going to fall down. Name picks up the kill. Nice spell shield, but the Gnar and the wallop from Dandy's going to seal his fate. Korn and Zero, the last men standing. Then Vici, they are going to be able to take the game, and it's a 2-0 sweep. 3 extra points for this team. And Vici now tie themselves with